What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm about to do a sit down video to something that I want to get off my chest a little bit. I wanted to just get real for a second and just like, I feel like if I get this off my chest, it'll kind of free me a little bit from some of the things that I'm experiencing and I'm going through, okay? The title of this video is Stay True to Yourself, Authenticity Wins. And I feel like the title within itself is like self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying? But it's sometimes the stuff that you need to hear, especially as you're creating content, creating music, creating art, creating anything that you're creating, any type of business, anything you're doing. It's so imperative that you stay true to yourself. And I feel like I want to share a little bit of like some of the stuff that I've gone through that kind of pulled me away from staying true to myself. And I'm really making this video because I'm getting back true to myself, back to how I used to put videos out on YouTube, and putting things out and doing things in the way that I feel called to do it and I feel led to do it, and not letting anything sway me. So if y'all new here, I'm Iridescent Ori. I make music. I'm an artist, and I also run a clothing brand business. I'm just currently not doing it right now. Art has always been my number one passion. Music has always been my number one passion. It was something that I kept secret, I guess you could say, from a lot of people all my life, really, until I got older. And I was kind of like, yeah, this is what I need to do. I had went through a spiritual awakening. I dropped out of college. I went through some major life changes, got closer to God, and it was just kind of like the things that I experienced, they allowed me to be pulled closer to what I believe my purpose is. And so within that, you know, when I moved to Arizona, I'm from Wisconsin, yeah, I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and then I moved to Arizona, and it was just like I finally got away from like so many naysayers, negativity, and doubt from like my city and the things I was dealing with those people. I was able to expand, be free, and be myself. And I felt like, you know, I was really healing, and I was making music that inspired me. I was making YouTube videos that inspire others, and then I ended up deleting everything, you know what I'm saying? And then I never put out the songs that I felt were more meaningful or I felt served more of a purpose. And I hated that, you know what I'm saying? Because I love to rap, but I never put out like my real raps because I'm like, man, ain't nobody gonna, you know, people don't get it. They just want this, they just want that. And I feel like I started to get away from myself. And so I ended up moving back home to Milwaukee, and like I was met with a lot of like opposition, you know, when I came back home, you know, from family and just different things that I experienced, where people were, you know, telling me that I'm delusional, you know what I'm saying, and like basically chasing my dreams and my relationship with God, and us being a singer, you know, being told I can't sing, and you know I'd be a better off as a songwriter, and you know that I'm just leading myself to a ditch and all of these types of things. And just I feel like I came home so healed that a lot of people weren't used to seeing that version of me. So I feel like whatever version people remember me as, I'm no longer that version, because I have healed. I have shed so much of that, those insecurities, and that like, I guess, feeling like an imposter. And I really came back standing in my power and standing like true into myself. And I feel like honestly, truly, that might have just intimidated people, because if you're used to somebody and they're not standing in their full power, they're just manageable enough to where you can be around them, you know. And I would intentionally water myself down, you know, back when I was younger, because I noticed when I was like really successful and doing a lot of things, it kept making me lose people. So it would make me feel uncomfortable to just keep rising, because I just felt like I would be losing people around me, right? And I hated that, right? So, you know, as time has gone on, you know, I had to pick myself up, you know, because I already kept music a secret, and then I, you know, received so much love from it, and then to have, you know, family and just have people just putting that doubt on you, telling you what you can't do is very difficult. So I think that even though I don't believe that, and I'm such a strong-willed person, and I have a lot of confidence, so naturally people can't really shake my confidence, and that like fuck with people, because when you're confident and you don't need nobody to tell you something, that people struggle with that, you feel me? Because I don't need nobody to tell me anything about myself. Like, I love me enough to validate myself, you know what I'm saying? And so sometimes people like to give like compliments or encourage you out of pity and different things like that, and ain't no pity over here. Like, I really be handling business, and I really be taking care of what I need to, and I'm a very confident individual. You're not gonna come up and just tell me anything about myself, right? And as time has gone on, I would start getting on TikTok Live. So I used to be on TikTok Live back in Arizona, and then when I got back home, my life was kind of discombobulated a little bit, because things didn't fall through in the way that it was supposed to. So I ended up having to rush and get me an apartment. That wasn't really in the plan. I had no problem with ever getting a crib. But it was just different things that was like, you know, I don't try to get into my business too much, but just different things that were supposed to be set up in place, they weren't, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of made it a little bit difficult for me for a moment to really just be able to get back into my music. So I started to just go to Chicago and record and things like that. But now that I got my setup and I'm, you know, I'm at my crib, I'm doing all of those things, I'm able to record again. So I started getting on live, and it was great, you know what I'm saying? I was receiving like love from a whole wave of new people. Like the people I was, you know, with in Arizona, this was a whole new group of people, and it was real cool. But I started to notice like they was a little bit more controlling than that last group of people I was with, you know. So they'd be like, it'd be songs I didn't really fuck with, and they'd kind of be like steady pushing it, things that I just wasn't used to, and I was still a little bit more passive in my energy as an artist because I'm relatively new to a lot of stuff, y'all. So within it, I feel like I was letting them control things a little bit too much, and I didn't like that. And that was something I always said I would never do, because I don't just make my music for people. I make music because it's something that I'm inclined to do. And like my songs are not just like songs, it's like it's feelings, it's real emotion, it's real art, y'all. I take it really serious. Most of my songs I'm crying while I'm recording. Like I'm really connected to my music, you feel me? It's a way for me to release, you know, years of things that I never expressed, you feel me? And so I started to notice like it can get a little lustful. Like the more my lives would do numbers, and every time they would be like that, I just get off for a long time, because it could get real lustful in there, you know. And I don't really like the spirit of lust, because I feel like it's just nothing but, you know, distracting, and it takes away from my music. And I feel like during this climate right now, masked women are becoming fetishized, you know what I'm saying? Back when we were like so under the radar, before people was bringing so many like crazy labels, all these types of things, you just kind of lived your life. Like I never even had to like label myself. Nowadays people be like, are you a stud, are you a this, are you a that? Like I didn't never have to even deal with that. And then now with the rise of like seeing us more, I feel like it's like a fetish for some people. And so when you're making music, like I never want the lines to be crossed on the fact that I'm an artist. Like I'm not making gay music, you know what I'm saying? Like just to be completely honest, like some people look for artists to do that, like, oh, this is stud R&B. Like that really irritates me so bad, because it's like I'm an artist. Like I don't feel like being put in a box, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not making music for studs. Like I'm making music because I love making music. It's not for the community, it's for everyone, it's for all souls. Like I don't need to be just put in this box over here, you feel me? And so I would be dealing with that, and I started seeing myself like, even though I would not put the music out, I just started seeing myself catering more to like songs that were not reflective of like me as a person and as an artist. And I think that a lot of times when people see me, I get sexualized, like over sexualized a lot of times, and people don't realize like I'm a person with a lot of depth. And that's something that is important to me. Like I'm not a person that's just like, for lack of better words, just like hot and ready. Like I'm not that type of person. Like I'm very private, protective of myself, of my temple, of everything. So you're not going to come over here getting that. And I think that, you know, as an artist, it's so important that you set those boundaries, and you set that, like you set yourself up for success and what it is you want people to know you as. And so I stopped rapping, y'all. I've been rapping since I was 5 years old. That's something that I've done my whole life. And I stopped rapping, I stopped freestyling, I stopped putting those things out, I started singing. And I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. I'm on live one day, and I'm like, all right, I'm finna load up my raps, you know. I'm on TikTok live, I start rapping. They like, what are you doing? Why aren't you singing? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, whoa, like I never dealt with that. Like when I first even showed people I could sing, a lot of people used to want me to rap. And then when I started to rap, they wanted me to sing. And I'm like, whoa, like I don't fuck with this. Like I'm a whole artist. So that made me, I was still passive. Like that was like maybe like a year and a half ago. I was still so passive and like not firm in who I was enough to be like, man, fuck y'all. Like I'm finna keep rapping. And so from there, I just get on live and I sing. And, you know, I feel like in a generation where it's just like, it just feels like everything is so immediate. I feel like art gets just condensed and diminished. And then there's so many rules on it already. For me, I'm not a rule follower. I'm a person who carves and paves my own lane. And I feel like that's what I'm getting back to, y'all. And I'm getting back to making music that means something to me. Like, I got this song called Can I Vent? And I recorded it last year, and it really moved me a lot. And I just was like, nah, like, I'm going to just keep it to myself, because I really didn't want people to ruin it for me. But I'm like, nah, like you gotta stand in your power. You know, it's like I'm a person that I got substance. Like I'm not just I'm a thinker. You know, I'm very intelligent. I'm not somebody who is just led by like sex and money. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't participate in those things. I have no vices. Like I really live like a little peaceful meditating yoga ass life, you know what I'm saying? And within that, I don't want to ever start reflecting something that I'm not. And I know how I look. A lot of people think I smoke. A lot of people think I drink. I don't do neither one of them. And I never have. Like, that's never been something that was going to be me. I don't judge anybody. I don't care what anybody else does. I just care about myself and staying true. So authenticity wins, bro. Like, and that's what I feel like. And as we close November off and as we close December off and we close out the year 2025, I'm returning back to myself. And to anybody that's not rooting for me, that doesn't want me to win, I do apologize in advance, because I will be winning for the rest of my life. I am covered by God, and that is what I do. I am a born winner. To the people that want to see me win, I appreciate that. I want to see y'all win as well. I feel y'all support. I get so much love on a daily basis. Like, honestly, truly being a smaller artist, I don't ever feel like a smaller artist. I just have mad love, and I just plan to keep expanding, keep growing, keep building my community on real shit, bro. Real healing, real feelings, real emotions. Like, I'm real tapped into my emotions. I cry whenever it's necessary. I praise and I cry. Praise and I dance. I'm real connected to the source. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to ever get far away from that ever again, because it made me upset. And so unfortunately, y'all, the people who did love those songs, a lot of them are still going to be on SoundCloud, but I have removed a lot of songs from my music on all streaming platforms because they just didn't align. And a lot of those songs I just put out because I felt more pressure and not inclined to do it. And as an artist, it's my job, especially because I'm not ran by a label, I'm not controlled by management, I'm not doing any of those things. I really don't ever plan on signing unless I have full control. If I don't have full control, I don't want it. I don't want to ever dumb down my music. I don't ever want to just sexualize my music. I want my music to have meaning. Now, I don't mind making songs about certain things at the end of the day because I'm grown, but that's not all it's going to be for me. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I got substance, and we going to talk about real things. We're going to feel real emotions, and there's a lot of real things that I've been through in life. A lot of real testimonies, y'all. Things that I've back against the wall. Nobody could pull me out but God. You know, I've seen so much and I've experienced so much in this life, and I want to be able to motivate and inspire people and be used as a vessel like God has intended me to make sure I'm doing my part and I'm pushing forward healing and pushing forward, you know, just things that mean more than just the day-to-day stuff that we seeing on social media, like non-materialism and money, things that really matter, like soul stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just where I'm at with it. Like, so I just want y'all to get to know me a little bit more on that tip. I feel like I don't like when I don't represent myself as who I am, and so I've had to, we closing this year out on me being like iridescent Orient, standing in exactly who I am, you know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all for even watching this YouTube video. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. We got more videos rolling out monthly, you know what I'm saying? Weekly. I'm doing my best to just bring y'all along and hopefully inspire and motivate people to kind of like tap in. I'm going to show y'all some different books I have. I'm going to show y'all different things I do to kind of keep my spirit intact, you know what I mean? I show y'all like different, like journaling, like how I journal, how I do different things, and just making sure I'm taking care of myself. And I just want to inspire y'all to do the same. So yeah, if you stayed and you watched the whole YouTube video, I hope you picked something up from it. Authenticity wins. The main thing I just want to share is like what I've gone through and making sure I don't do that again, and just inspiring y'all to stay true to yourself, man. Like, in a generation where, man, social media is like they want everybody to be the same. Bro, stand out. This is the best time to stand out because everybody be trying to do the same thing to succeed. They say, oh, if you put smoothies on top of your head, you'll blow up on TikTok. Next thing you know, everybody walking around with smoothies on their head. Like, individuality, being an individual, we are all born individuals. Ain't nobody the same. Ain't nobody got the same nothing. Like, we're all different for a reason. So I just want to make sure that I'm spreading that, and I'm also living by that too. So y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see how I'm about to start rolling out this other stuff, and y'all gonna see the success that comes from it too, because it's something so powerful about being authentic. You can't lose like that. So y'all gonna see things start to shoot up at an astronomical rate because I'm getting back in tune with my frequency, and I'm being back on my vibration. And when I'm in my vibration, I cannot and will not be stopped by nobody. So that's just that. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know something. And I will see y'all in the next video.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She knows just what she wants.